That takes me into, I told you I was going to be a quick live stream. It takes me into my next point here, which now we've got the Diddycrats now going into the Department of Education because now that is up next for an audit. That is up next for an audit. Why are they so scared of us to see what's going on in these books, man? I mean, why are they so scared? Because you know what it is, man. And this is why I like business, right? And this is why, I love hearing people talk about business. I love hearing new strategies about business. I mean, I like money, right? I like seeing how people use money. I'm really big on that, right? Because men lie, women lie, numbers don't, all right?
Sensational.
And when you follow the numbers, it just is what it is. Okay? It just is what it is. If it's something that I like or somebody that I support and you can tell me the numbers and it tells me that this person was wrong, hey, man, the numbers say what the numbers say and I can't dispute you on that. That's how the money is. That's how the money is. And when I see, hey, the money's going over here, the money's going over there, well, then I already know what the agenda is.
Hi.
Hey, you scare me, man. You gotta stop doing that. All right, give me a second, y'all. Kids scaring me like that. But anyways, what I was saying is, anytime you want to know something about somebody, you follow the money, right? Like BX Mail, if I want to know what BX Mail likes, and he showed me a statement, I can easily see what he likes to spend his money on. All right, I'm gonna say, hey, bro, you need to stay away from that Five Guys, dog. You know what I'm saying? I know you really like burgers and fries. I like Five Guys, but I gotta stay away from that mess, dog. Man, that get me every time. But you can find a lot about a person or a company by how they spend their money, and that's the numbers part, right? You can tell if they are mismanaging funds. You can tell if they know how to save money after every month. Is money going over, or are they always in the negative? If they're always in the negative, well, hold on. What are they spending money on? What are they overspending? See, that's what I love the most about numbers and money. And so, let's see, the Department of Education, they seem pretty guilty right now, right? The coffee grinder says the Department of Education does not write curriculum, advise school systems, make directives. They only report possible student civil rights to the Department of Justice. They cannot even investigate the claim.
Sensational.
And there is where the issue is, right? Because the narrative is that Department of Justice, like I seen a girl today who made a post like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with my free lunch? My kid uses free lunch and they're going to try to shut this down. What am I going to do? I'm like, man, Democrats are so hysterical. Like, I have never, like, it's almost, I'm sorry, it's almost sad to watch. It's almost like watching somebody mentally deteriorate. And you're like, do you really believe all that? Like, you really like up in arms about this and that? Like, are you really going to overreact about everything that happens every day and every week now for the next 4 years? Are you guys okay? Like, watching them overreact is crazy. They act like they're not going to be able to know how to live life. Like, they act like they don't know how to live life. So that's just crazy, right? He said, my mama make some sandwiches, man. So the Department of Education, these folks are acting really, really skeptical. And now let's see what's going on.
We're coming in. Don't lock the door. We're coming in. Who are you?
You're not coming in.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you?
Who are you, sir?
Do you have business here?
We do.
Yes.
I have sent the assistant secretary a letter alerting her that we would be here today, and we've asked her for a meeting.
Yeah, I don't know that that's been accepted, sir, until that's
Wait a
accepted.
minute.
Who are you? Who are you?
Sir,
And what do you do
What do
here?
you do here?
security responsibility.
Get out of the way. We pay for your job. We pay you.
We're members of
We pay
Congress.
you.
We're not
You
here
here
Nobody
as
has accepted a meeting.
members of Congress.
You
Wait a
are
minute. We
your
haven't heard that from
children.
the secretary.
Your
We've heard that from the
children
spokesman.
I'm
are
relaying
paid
that.
You are not the spokesman for the department. You are a security guard.
Can you
Where's your badge? Where's your badge?
You
Where's
don't
your
have any
ID?
identification.
Where's your ID? Where's your ID?
We are not.
It's not good enough.
We are not a threat to security. We're members of Congress, and we want to ask the questions.
We walk into the White House without having to go through magnetometers.
Can we get someone?
This is an outrage. This is an outrage.
I'd like to speak with someone who works here.
So what are you going to do? You're going to beat us?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. There we have it. Department of Education is up next, right? They're up next.
Sensational.
And we shall see how they are spending the money. And the reality of the situation is that most of us Americans are saying, we're ready to see what the report is. We're ready to see the report. I'm ready for my close-up, Mrs. DeVille. Right? I'm ready to see what comes out of this. Americans are salivating at the mouth because they're like, finally, we get to actually see where our tax money goes. Finally, someone that actually cares that I went to work and had to work on this, and maybe I struggled to pay my taxes, or maybe I didn't want my tax to get taken away, but I want to see where my money goes. Finally, we get transparency. You know what these folks want to do? These congressmen here that are mostly Democrats, they don't want us to see it. They don't want us to see where our money really goes in these departments that sound good. U.S. aid sounds good, but they're not giving money away to the right places. Department of Education. I mean, hey, you can't beat the name Department of Education. It's education. But where is the money going? Is it going to educational purposes? Is it actually helping families? Is it helping us here from a federal level? Or are you also sending money over to foreign places, or y'all spending a whole bunch of money on yourselves? Yeah, let's see where this money goes. This should be transparent. There should be no problem with you guys showing us these things. Right? Alta says, why can't we have congressmen that don't make us look like clowns? Shows, mother.
Sensational.
Because when they get in office, they just play their own game. You know, that's just what they do. So let me tell y'all my perspective on this. This is all I really want to see right now. I want to see what's going on in the Department of Education. I'm not jumping on board saying that it's corrupt and all these type of things yet. I know what Trump said about Department of Education and Linda McMahon, but Linda McMahon. But what I want to see is the report. I want to see what comes out of this. And I'm actually going to read it, and I'm going to see what is actually in the funding. That's all I care about, right? And then you could tell me if they need to be downsized because X, Y, and Z, but let me see where my money is going. And I can determine how to feel after this, because when I got the report from the USAID, I could feel how I feel. And I understand that it's used for a good purpose. It's supposed to be, but where the money's going, nah. Most of it where it's going ain't good. And that's 0.7% of like the budget, the federal budget, I was told. That was 0.7%, which is not big. And the part that I'm very nervous about is when they do get to the big part. When they get into, because I mean, what was it? The Pentagon couldn't pass an audit or something? That's the part that I'm worried about. When they get to the big guns. Probably where the defense, probably going to be the defense money, right? That's where Pete Hegseth is at. When they start getting into the funding of the Department of Defense and all this stuff, that's going to be the scary part. And so what we're seeing is government corruption 101. See, these folks They get up and and when it's time for them to run for office, they say all the right things, and they just say the right things so they can get in office and then run and play their own game.
Sensational.
And then once they get in, they know, oh, yeah, we just spend it here, we spend it there. I'm not doing what I said I was going to do, right? I'm not going to do all that. No, we're going to run our own game in here. And now this gives us transparency on, are you really doing what you said you're going to be doing? Is Department of Education really out there helping these kids? Because, there's a report card that comes out for the Department of Education for the last few years, and we're not doing so great in reading and math. We're just not doing great. But other than that, why are we not doing so great? Where is the money going, and what do you actually do? I just find it so funny that they're mad at an audit. When Erica or Alta, if you got an audit, you would have to go and get all your paperwork together and figure out what you need, and then you got to give it over to the IRS. You got to give it over to whoever asks you for an audit, and you got to hope that you pass the audit, right? That's it. We don't get time to sit up here and get mad and protest. We just got to do it. They're mad because they know that a lot of that money is not going to the right places, and government is corrupt. We are seeing the epitome of government corruption, and you're seeing people kick and scream because they're saying this is how it's always been, which has always been, and they're treating Elon Musk and Donald Trump as the bad guy. When again, the Democrats don't listen, and they don't understand that most people voted for Donald Trump because of this. They want to see where our money goes. They want to make sure that we're not wastefully spending things. Hell, we don't want to be wastefully spending things in our own personal budget. And once again, the Democrats are lost.
Sensational.
Somebody help the Democrats find some common sense and help them find the American people. Because again, we're screaming from the rooftops about the things that we really are concerned about, like we did during the election season. And the Democrats are not listening. They're not listening again. Which now tells me they're not ready for the midterms. They're too busy focusing on they're too busy focusing on swatting Trump's every move. Again, they're focused on Trump too much again. They're going to forget y'all got midterms to worry about here in a minute. And Trump's already handling business, doing what he got to do. And then he's going to position those other folks to take y'all spots. See, I'm going a little bit deeper in the conversation. I know we're just supposed to talk about Department of Education. But see, the Democrats are making so many missteps. All of these type of things are going to piss off the folks that did vote for you. There's a poll, 56% of people are in favor of the government efficiency program and 40% was not. So majority of the folks are okay with this. They want to see this. Coffee Grinder says we should talk sometime. LOL, it could be intense. Hey, man, I'm always ready. So that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the Democrats show their true colors, and it's getting nasty. It's getting nasty. They don't have a clear leader. They're falling more on the corruption side of things. They're mismanaging funds from Kamala Harris all the way over to USAID. Department of Education is up next. They really showing their behinds now, man. They showing their behinds, and they showing their behinds in a bad way. Democrats are going out bad right now.
Sensational.
Zohar, what's going on? Zohar says these temper tantrums are not surprising, but they are They sure are amusing.
Sensational.
Yeah, it's almost like entertainment, Zohar. It is almost like entertainment to see them do this every day. It's like, it's like they mad again. They mad again. I wake up in the morning. I just say, all right, I say, oh, Trump did this. Oh, they kicking and screaming again. Like, are they ever gonna catch a break? I said they gonna do this for 4 years, but yeah. So that's my show, y'all. I just wanted to hop on here real quick while I had a little bit of time.